These four nations are playing for one trophy, so this is going for a league tournament as well. Every team should play a match for the teams who are participating on this league encounter.
Absolutely, Kavin. Then this is match day 2, and what an exciting match day 1 we had. Two games, both ended in draws, but they definitely didn't feel like draws. Both had very late drama, especially the first game.
Sri Lanka against Maldives.
Absolutely.
What a comeback from the Lions.
Absolutely, not something you see in even the highest of international football, really, coming back from 4-0.
Because in the last moment, Sri Lanka Lions, our Lions were back, so what an outstanding. We had 4 goals in the last moment, so we as Sri Lankans have the determination of winning a match, so changing a match, so we have that determination. So today Sri Lankans are going to face an encounter as well. So the first match for the day will be against Bangladesh and Maldives. So Bangladesh even had an outstanding, a magnificent encounter at the very first, at the day 1 match against Seychelles. So the match was end up with a draw. So Bangladesh had the more opportunity of winning this match because Bangladesh has made an outstanding tournament, an outstanding play era. So how they play this encounter?
Indeed, Kavin, but it's going to be very tough for them because coming into this game, they are coming against Maldives, and Maldives will be very upset with themselves. So what happened against the Golden Army, because they threw away a 4-0 lead in the last 30 minutes, and head coach would have definitely had a stern talking to with the players, and they would have run some very strong defensive drills. Bangladesh also, as you said, had a 1-1 draw, finishing conceding very late on to Seychelles. And both teams, Maldives and Bangladesh, will be looking to improve in their defensive game. And Maldives scored 4, so they will have the attacking threat against Bangladesh. So it will be an exciting encounter indeed.
So Rahul, we should talk about Seychelles because Seychelles is back for ground after several years. So what encounter they had at the last game, because they made a goal at the last moment and made the match draw and changed the overall match. So Seychelles, that team is back again. They had several players who are well talented. So they had the match. They had many goal opportunities to take goals, but unfortunately the team players missed those goals and the match ended up with a draw. So even Bangladesh had many opportunities of making goals to make the victory in that encounter. So still in this tournament, we didn't have desired victory as well. So I'll just ask a question. Which nation will make the first victory? Either Sri Lanka, either Maldives, either Seychelles, or either Bangladesh?
That's a very tough question, Kavinda, but it's a good question because, as you rightly said, there is nothing separating the 4 teams at the moment except for goals scored because points, goal difference, all are the same. But Maldives, Bangladesh is the first game of the 2, so I think maybe a victory could come from the first game because Sri Lanka is playing second. So
yeah.
Because, as you said, Seychelles is the unknown country because they are coming from the African continent, and the 3 countries here don't really know much about them. They would have done their research, but you don't really know much about the team until you go up against them in the game. So it will be a very interesting encounter.
So we should say, Rahul, this is the golden era of Sri Lanka football as well. So the Football Federation President Jasper Umar said at the beginning, I aim to build a nation of football with a football culture. So we are going to ask the question, is this that football culture? So yeah, we are having an international football culture. 4 nations playing for 1 trophy, the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy 2021. So still in this league tournament, no team was having an opportunity to win a match. So let's see. Today we have a question. In our hearts it's working. Who is going to win this match? Who is going to win this league as well? So we as Sri Lankans are wishing to make this trophy back to Sri Lanka. So we will think, but other three nations are talented as well.
Absolutely, and as you said initially, that the golden era of Sri Lankan football.
Yeah.
The first match day where Sri Lanka took on Maldives, I've genuinely never seen the racecourse stadium look as beautiful as it did that day with the electronic boards and with all the as a football fan and a Sri Lankan fan.
Bangladesh is arriving, so we can see the very first encounter for the day will be against Bangladesh and Maldives. So we can see the team arriving
Now
in
we'll make some
Bangladesh,
changes.
and now we can see
one injury
the
from last
Seychelles
game,
head coach having some
this game I also made
words.
another change.
Let's see, and
we're
Seychelles are
ready for
back
the game.
to the
Of course,
ground
not easy
after
game,
several
tough
years,
game, but
so they
it's
are
a small
playing an
tournament, small game, and
outstanding
anything can happen. We hope we'll
encounter.
be
So
well
what a
organized
comeback
and we
from
can get 3
Seychelles
points.
at the last game as well.
Yeah, the
So
weather
making their
was very
goal
nice.
at the
The pitch
last
looks
moment
very
and
good. I
make the
think
entire
both teams can
game
play good
change,
football.
and the
It's
match
going to be a good
ended
game for
up with
sure.
a draw.
Okay,
And let's see the match against Bangladesh will win. And now we are back in the studio. So I have the president of the Football Federation as well. I welcome you. We had conversations before as well. Well, my first question from you is, you said, I aim to build a nation of football with a football culture. Is this the beginning?
This is the beginning, Kavinder. As we said, this is an excitement that everybody wanted after the COVID, all the sports, the lifestyles and everything has been changed. So this was a right opportunity for us to bring the football momentum and the sporting momentum to the country back. So this will showcase the country, South Asia and Asia, that football is back, sports is back, country is back, tourism is back. There is so much of stories behind this entire tournament.
Right, so I'll ask a question. Who will win the Prime Minister Trophy, Mahinda Rajapaksa 2001? Sri Lanka will win?
Of course, of course. I have held the trophy, the beautiful trophy.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
With the gem-studded trophy, which is very valuable. I've already held in my arm. So my prediction is Sri Lanka.
Right. Our predictions, your prediction is Sri Lanka as well, because don't forget 4 nations are playing, Seychelles, Bangladesh and Maldives as well. Right. My next question is, this is the very first time we are having a tournament like this. International football is back for Sri Lanka. So what a comeback for Sri Lanka. This is the golden era of Sri Lanka football as well. So what kind of a thing will affect for Sri Lanka football? Will this change Sri Lanka football?
Of course. Actually, Kavinder, we have brought international flavor to this country, and as well as we have set standards how the football, international football and the football as a whole should take place in our country. So this is the standards that we have already built. From now onwards, we will pursue, we will go ahead with the standards that we are looking for with international flavor, more competitive. And also this will showcase the country and internationally that Sri Lanka can host international event at any stage, at any level.
Right, okay, I'll just say in this conversation, so if you are fully vaccinated, you have the opportunity of seeing this match to this ground, so you can be at the racecourse stadium as well to see this match. So many international teams are coming back for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is having a great football team as well. So what is the turning point of Sri Lanka football? We saw at the last moment Sri Lanka players are doing an outstanding effort at the team. So 4 goals at the last minute changed that match. What is the turning point of Sri Lanka football?
It's all about, it's a good question.
Yeah.
If you look overall, it's the self-confidence that they had in self. I always believed that our team, the existing player,
Yeah.
his existing coaching staff, they had something in them. And then it is my duty as a leader to motivate them and show them that what they can do, and then explore the possibilities and then bring out the results. So this is exactly I have done in the short period of 4 months.
Yeah.
And out of these 4 months, 3 months were like COVID, and we were locked down.
Yeah.
The country is already in a different setup.
In a hard situation.
In a hard situation, the life was very difficult for
Yeah.
all of us. But again, we brought the momentum, we kept the momentum, we kept that spirit, and also we brought the confidence in us, and then it was exploded. It was a really, what a comeback. I mean, the whole country, the whole world, the whole Asia is looking at surprising chase. I think probably this is the history forever, chasing, Sri Lanka team chasing 4-0 from maybe about after 60th minute to equalize. It's not an easy task. So all credit goes to the players and to the coaching staff.
Right, okay. So we had a Super League as well at the beginning. The women's football team is back as well. So Sri Lankan football is developing day by day. What are the future plans of you to develop Sri Lanka football more as this?
Well, as I told you, I need to bring the football culture.
Yeah.
So this is another showcase that we have shown to the world,
Yeah.
and shown to the Sri Lankan fans and to the players, especially youngsters from the rural villages. So we will keep this momentum going. We have another international window in March. So we will try and see how best we can fit into another international glamour in our country. And going forward, the same taste, same passion, we will take it to all the villages, all the districts, all the towns in the country. Focus on schools football, and then bring momentum and glamour to all the competitions that we are going to do.
So as a president, I'll ask this question. So Bangladesh and Maldives are also two good football teams. So in this match, how can Bangladesh or Maldives overcome Sri Lanka? So is this team will affect for Sri Lanka, because Sri Lanka is also a talented team as well. These teams are also talented as well. So how these teams will affect for Sri Lanka?
Of course, the results of the first game definitely is going to play a role in the next games as well, because the tournament is wide open now. Everybody has an opportunity.
As
Yeah.
well.
So this game, these two games, Bangladesh versus Maldives, is a crucial game for both of them, as well as Sri Lanka versus Seychelles is also an important game for us. I predict that Sri Lanka will win this game. So if that win comes to our country, probably I think after 13, 14 years, this is going to be the international victory for Sri Lankan national team in a Tier 1 FIFA competition. So this is going to be a good news for us.
Yeah.
As well as I'm predicting with the scenario, with the type of play that we have seen from Maldives, Bangladesh and Seychelles, I predict that Sri Lanka and Maldives will reach the final. This is my prediction. So I'm not downsizing any other teams,
Yeah.
but my prediction, the way things are going, because I have seen these teams playing, the Bangladesh is playing, Maldives playing in the SAF tournament a few weeks back in Maldives. Putting together with the current scenario, I believe these games are going to be really, really important for everybody.
So what's your prediction? That's the prediction of
My
President
prediction, the first game,
Yeah.
I believe Maldives will take the lead.
Your heart belief.
I hard believe, but it's going to be a very competitive match. Bangladesh is not going to give up. But at the same time, Seychelles, Sri Lanka, definitely the Lions are going to take the first victory after a long time.
So we as the nation are wishing that our Lions will definitely win this encounter. So we are developing our football, as I said. So school players are loving on playing football. Are there any affections for school football players as well after this tournament?
Yes, yes. We are coming up with a new concept of district squads, district teams and district competitions, which was there in 70s and 80s. That we are going to introduce this with a brand new setup in a different way.
Yeah.
So this will take to another era of the golden era of football, where the youth will have an opportunity to play a high competitive level of football, as well as the senior teams, the senior boys, or the superstars all around the country will have highly standard football tournaments played in different part of the country. So this is going to be an exciting change and turning point for Sri Lanka football.
That's the beginning of the football culture of Sri Lanka. What a word. So this is going to be an exciting turning point for Sri Lanka football as well. So we are having two encounters today, Bangladesh against Maldives, and the second match against Sri Lanka against Seychelles. So what's your prediction? Who will reach the final? Who will take this Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy 2021? Who will win the trophy? That's your prediction. So we as Sri Lankans are wishing that that Sri Lankans will win this encounter, right? So I should take that. So in this COVID situation, you are doing an hard task to develop Sri Lanka football. So this is the is this the ending of this year? So are there many things to come in the coming of month?
Of course, 2022 is going to be an exciting year for Sri Lanka football, because we will declare 2022, the year of 2022, is going to be the year of investment of football, which means that we will invest on infrastructure, we will invest on people, we will invest on players, we will invest on coaches, we will invest on schools. There's lots of investment going to be there right throughout the year, and then which in return on a longer term is going to come back in handy to play a better football, a high standard football, and organized football in all level, maybe from grassroots, maybe from social level, maybe from the elite level, you name it. So this is going to be the next step that we are going to embark on. FIFA President Gianni Infantino has accepted our warm invitation. So he'll be here on the 19th for the final, and the Prime Minister, His Excellency Mahinda Rajapaksa, along with many other dignitaries from presidents of other member associations from Middle East, South Asia. Many people are about to come. So this will showcase our unity, our solidarity, and international relations that we have with other countries. And also we will share our resources, and they will share their resources for us to develop this country's football to the next era. Most likely, Prime Minister and the Sports Minister, Honorable Namal Rajapaksa, along with FIFA President Gianni Infantino, we are making an effort to launch a national football program for the entire country. So this is a good news that will have many elements to come. So we will talk to fans, we will talk to media, we will talk to all the stakeholders on the 19th when Gianni is here.
Many elements are there to come back on 2022. So we are expecting an outstanding thing from our coaching staff. You are satisfied with that?
Of course, I'm really satisfied, because we have put a lot of efforts in the coaching staff, not only the technical part of it. We have brought in the nutrition part, we have brought in the medical part, we have brought in the analysis part, we have brought in the specialized goalkeeping part. There's a lot more, the self-confidence, psychological part. It's a blend of a whole team effort that we have invested and put forward to the success of today's team. So going forward, this is going to be Amir Alijic's the last game with Sri Lanka as a coach, but he will continue with us as a technical director, and then we will look for a new coach, which we are already negotiating with some fantastic countries, some leading countries in the world. So we will go one head further from where we are right now.
We are every day reaching further from where we are. That's Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka Lions are back. So Sri Lanka is going to take against Seychelles, and we are having the first match against Bangladesh and Maldives. So here with me with the conversation, the president of Sri Lanka Football Federation, Jazwa Romar. So we are having a discussion as well. So you gave the chance for the people who love football to watch this match. If you are vaccinated, you have the chance of watching the match.
Of course. First and foremost, I must thank His Excellency the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, the Prime Minister, the Health Minister, and the Sports Minister of our country for coming forward to allow our loving fans to come and watch this match after about 2.5 years of the struggle that had, the trauma that had because of the COVID. So we made sure we very strictly follow the health guidelines. We have the social distancing, we have the mask on it, we have the people who are vaccinated is only allowed here. Especially I must thank the security people, the three forces, Army, Navy, Police, departments, the commanders, the IGP, everybody who are doing a fantastic job. Nearly a massive setup, if you would have seen by the coming. They are just setting standards for sports event. They're set, having that welcoming, warm greeting for everybody, and then they are making sure the compliance of COVID guidelines are in place. So everything is in place. It's a fantastic event. So going forward, for every sport there is an opportunity for us to come and enjoy and bring back that sporting momentum.
I think after the COVID pandemic situation, football was the first sport that allows the fans to watch matches. I think that's football. So my next question, let's talk about the Bangladesh-Maldives match. So those teams are back to Sri Lanka again. So Maldives team is an outstanding team. So they are having a talented key players are playing this tournament. So we'll have some live updates about this encounter.
We warmly welcome you to the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy, and today we've got 2 games for you, and you're just watching the live scenes from the Racecourse Stadium, Colombo. And in today's evening match, we've got 2 exciting teams ready to face off. It's Bangladesh versus Maldives in the evening match, and we've also got Sri Lanka versus Seychelles later tonight. So in the comm box, I've been joined by Rahul. Good evening, Rahul.
Good evening, Jana. Yet another exciting evening of football ahead of us. Match day 2 of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy 2021. And as we see, a very panoramic view of the Colombo skyline. Once again, Racecourse and Colombo looking beautiful as always. No rain today, fortunately, for football fans and the football players, as we are just minutes away from the 2 teams coming out onto the field. And what an exciting match day 1 we had, Jana.
Rightly said, Rahul, and especially to talk about the previous matches, we've not got a definite winner still, because both games being drawn. But you know, sometimes when matches get drawn, people think it's boring matches, but the last 2 matches were no means near to boring, because it was so exciting. We got plenty of goals in especially the Sri Lanka versus Maldives game, and also some late drama in the Seychelles game. So the tournament has been building up very nicely, isn't it?
Absolutely, Jana. Nothing boring about any of those 2 games. Indeed, Maldives will be really kicking themselves for what happened. They just imploded after Sri Lanka scored their 2nd goal, and within 30 minutes, a historic comeback by the Golden Army. Because even on the highest levels of international football, you don't really see comebacks like that once a team goes 4-0 up in the last 30 minutes, let alone.
Rightly said, Rahul. Almost like a deflating balloon, the last 35 minutes. But Maldives, they'll surely look to come back very strongly.
Absolutely, they will be looking to seek revenge for what happened, and Bangladesh will need to watch out because of what Sri Lanka did to them. Bangladesh might have to pay the price, but Bangladesh did do okay against Seychelles, because once Seychelles got the equalizer, they kept attacking and they were defensively holding on, but they do need to improve, because you were there for the game, Jana, you know better than me.
Rightly said, Rahul. Especially Bangladesh gave away so many chances for Seychelles. Seychelles missing. Yes, we'll talk a lot about that. Meanwhile, the referees make their way out onto the field, followed by the players of Maldives and Bangladesh. It's Ghani, the captain of Maldives, on their left side.
It's referee Dilan Pereira, known AFC and FIFA referee, one of the leading referees in Sri Lankan football and in the AFC as well, as they lead the 2 teams out onto the field for the first game of match day 2 of this 4 Nations International Trophy here at the Racecourse Stadium.
Rightly said, Rahul. And of course, this is the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy 2021 4 Nations Trophy, featuring the home team Sri Lanka and also Bangladesh, Maldives and Seychelles. Seychelles coming all the way from Africa.
And we will have the 2 national anthems.
Please stand for the national anthem of Bangladesh.
It will be Bangladesh national anthem followed by the Maldivian national anthem.
And now the national anthem of Maldives.
And we had the national anthems of both the teams. And now the teams posing with their team photos. This is the Maldives lineup. We got Hussein Sifa Yusuf, Samu Ali, Mohammad Umair, Ali Ashfaq, Ibrahim Aishaf, Ali Fazeh, Akram Abdul Ghani, the captain, Haisham Hassan, Ibrahim Mahudi Hussein, Ali Najji, the goalkeeper, and also Hussein Nihan. That's the Maldives team for you.
Bangladesh, you have skipper Jamal Buyan, Ramat Mia, their star defender Topu Barman, Suman Reza, Tripura, goalkeeper Anisur Rahman, Mohammad Ibrahim, the goal scorer from the first match, Hossein Badshah, Rahman Fahad, Ridoy, and of course Rakib Hossein.
Yes, and that's the Bangladesh lineup. And of course, the two defenders last match were really good for Bangladesh, Burman and Badshah. But very important member missing there, that's Saad Uddin, number 22 of Bangladesh, who was very exciting in the last match against Seychelles with that dangerous runs through the flanks and also the crosses. Bangladesh would miss him.
Absolutely, Jana, rightly said, but and Bangladesh did struggle against Seychelles as well, so without their player they will need to do better. But as you can see, senior man Topu Barman giving the team talk before this game, and as you said, he is one of the key defenders, and they do need to improve defensively because they really got off lightly against Seychelles, I would say, with that one goal.
Rightly said, Rahul. And also, even though Bangladesh looked the stronger team throughout the match, but they did give away so many chances to Seychelles. But Seychelles, fortunately for Bangladesh, didn't take those chances and they missed some sitters. But the same, I think you wouldn't expect the same with Maldives, because they are very deadly with their finishing. Especially, they've got proven goal scorers.
Exactly, Jana. 4 goals against the Sri Lankans in the opening day. And as we both mentioned earlier, they will be coming to this game with a point to prove after conceding 4 goals late on. And it's just a matter of how Bangladesh cope with it. Or maybe Bangladesh will surprise us and be the team to attack from the start and put Maldives on the back foot, because Maldives will be remembering that late conceding of 4 goals. So it will be very interesting to see how this game goes, Jan.
Rightly said, Rahul. Definitely those memories will haunt them. But Bangladesh should start this game on a front foot with so much of positivity. That's how they can put the Maldives on the back foot. Because Maldives also higher up in the FIFA rankings than Bangladesh. So Bangladesh have to put all they can into this game, especially in the starting few minutes, so they can get a positive result out of this match. And mind you, we haven't got a winner still in this tournament.
Absolutely, all teams really, even as it stands, barring the goal scored, as Maldives looking for the long ball early on.
And Maldives already putting a good cross into the box. And you can see The star striker waiting like a hawk there to pounce on the chance. And Bangladesh, the first means of defense done, but still they've got a corner to defend here.
Absolutely. Set piece in the very first minute of the game. Can Maldives start on the front foot? Set pieces are never easy, especially so early on. Both teams getting into the groove of things. As the cross is hit well, but just misses the head of the attacker as Bangladesh clear their lines. It's good work by the defense, no nonsense clearance.
And I think the Maldives should have done a bit better there. You can see a very nice header, nicely dipping into the area, almost a penalty box.
Absolutely, that was struck brilliantly by the Maldivian player. Unfortunately, the attacker who went for it just wasn't high enough, and Bangladesh were able to clear their lines. That is what teams should do, especially at such early stage, just clear their lines when the ball is in the box with so many opposition players.
And you can see the Maldives playing with the 4 at the back, with 2 central defenders just monitoring the defense mainly.
Maldives taking their time, going back to their defense. They're looking for the perfect pass, and they're in no rush, of course.
And sometimes early on in the game, you have to get to feel the ball. So Maldives are doing it, just keeping the possession, retaining it, and making themselves comfortable with the touches.
As you saw, just a perfect example of that. They need to get the rhythm going. And that attempt went out for a throw-in as Bangladesh. Now they try to build from the back. Can they do something? Toku Barman, he goes long.
Bangladesh now going on the attack, almost their first instance since the start of just progressing the ball into the third of the opposition. A diagonal cross, but the idea not there, but not quite the execution.
Rakib Hussain just couldn't get to it in time. And now Maldives. Both teams really taking their time, not in any rush, not going for any crazy passes, but then just as I said, that late challenge.
And Fahad not really happy there. You can see very animated. I think referee is not happy with the reaction of Fahad as well.
Exactly, the referee blowing and calling the player not for the challenge, even though the challenge, it was late, it wasn't anything intentional, but his reaction afterwards, uncalled for. They need to keep their cool.
And also the challenge coming from the back. Normally, when you see challenges like that, especially coming from the behind, I think referee has done the right thing there.
Exactly, which makes the reaction of the player much more unnecessarily.
That was a very good ball onto the box, but unfortunately for the Maldives, the forward not getting to the ball first, but the keeper did. So Anishu Rahman doing the work there for Bangladesh.
The Bangladesh defensive duo looking to launch an attack. And once again it's Toku Barman with long ball. He found a teammate, but good bit of defensive work by the Maldivian defender. I was going to say at the expense of a corner, but it's out for a goal kick. So brilliant work there by the defender, because Barman found the Bangladesh forward Suman Reza with a good long ball, but the defender got there as well, and just in the nick of time managed to clear it out with a deflection from Reza. And now Maldives once again in possession.
Rightly said, Rahul. I think Maldives quite happy and comfortable with playing from the back, and they haven't opted for the long ball option still. So they, even though they have given some passes for the progression, but they haven't started an attack with the long ball. So it shows that the Maldives are very comfortable with their possession-based game.
Skipper Buyan went for a
over the top through ball there, but clearly offside and right call by the linesman on that occasion. But good intent by the Bangladeshis early on. Both teams really having good attacking intent, no need of them just sitting back and inviting the other team to come forward.
And there you go again, the Maldives defense line just pushing higher and higher, and they are playing with the high line here. It shows that the team is confident with their defense and also their intent to go on attacking. Maldives with the ball, and they are right back, giving the ball straight to the Bangladesh player. Ball goes out.
Good interception by skipper Jamal Buyan, and in the end it earns them, the Bengal Tigers, a throw-in. And you can see the head coaches already on the touchline shouting out instructions to their players. Bangladesh playing somewhat of a high line, as once again they look for the long ball to find the winger.
Nicely done there by Bangladesh, but Maldives just doing their work.
Just a touch too heavy by Rakib Hossain on that occasion, and gave the defender a chance, which he took to quickly clear it away, and now it's Maldives in possession. But again, it's the attacking intent that's been shown by the Bengal Tigers that will worry the Maldivian fans, but at the same time Maldives as well, not just sitting back. Now Maldives with a long ball of their own, but defensively strong are the Bangladeshi boys. And now
Good on the ball, Bangladesh there.
usually some
Not
quick
really
shot,
panicking.
quick short passes. And now skipper Buyan looking for the long ball, trying to find number 21 Rakib Hossain. He finds his man. Can Rakib find someone in the box? But once again, brilliant bit of defensive work by the Maldivians.
We've seen a couple of diagonal balls there from their right back from Bangladesh, and also the communication between the two has been good for Bangladesh, their right back and the forward. The number 21, that's Rakib Hossain, who's making those runs behind the defense of Maldives. And now Maldives' chance to go forward. Ball still with Maldives. Is he being fouled? But referee says play on. Ball goes to Bangladesh now.
Ali Ashfaq, who was tackled, and referee deemed it a fair challenge, and it looked to be a fair challenge indeed. And now it's Bangladesh back in possession, and once again the long ball to try and fight Rakib Hossain. Rakib gets there first, and he appeals for a foul, but he went down far too easily in my opinion, and that's good work by Samu Ali.
Yes, Rahul, and also very well the Bangladeshis are utilizing the space, and they have already noticed that the wing backs of the Maldives have been playing a bit higher, so they are very well using the space behind the center backs there, in fact full backs. And now it's Maldives with the ball.
Maldives still calm and collected on the ball, opting for the short passes, and that is, they need to be calm as they are. Sifu Yusuf on the ball. Pass not working out for him on that occasion, and now Barman trying to set his team off once again from the back line. Barman now long ball, and as he does, he gives those diagonal balls really well, this Topu Barman.
It's number 20, Imridoy.
And once again going all the way back to their back line.
Imridoy again with the ball. Now to the right side, Imridoy gets it back, looking for options. Goes to their center back again. Again the right flank. In fact, it's
Headed
just
away.
hit a bit too hard.
Exactly, and gave the chance to defender Hussein Yusuf to clear it out for a throw-in. Now Bangladesh with a throw in high up the field, and it looks like they are trying to take a long one. Ramat Mia. Not as long as some of the ones we've seen from the Sri Lankan fullback, but close enough, as you don't usually see players going for long throw-ins early on, but when the chance is there, you take them, I guess, as Mia now.
Oh, good throw into the box. Can Bangladesh finish it? Yes, they can. Bangladesh, in fact, the flag goes up and the goal cancelled.
The Bangladesh players look in disbelief, but
And did you look what the Bangladeshis are complaining about? They are saying it came off the head of a Maldives player.
absolutely, and Dylan Pereira looks like he's going to go and confer with the linesman. And unfortunately, the linesman or the referees do not have VAR in this game, but
Also, that's touch and go. I think there isn't a clear evidence whether it took the head of the Maldives defender or the player.
the referee going to talk to the linesman. But regardless of whether this is given as a goal or not, Jana, I think we can clearly say that that was absolutely horrendous defending by the Maldivians. Because not just one or two players, it went through 4 players before the chance of a tapping came, and that's not something that should be allowed to happen.
Rightly said, Rahul. And also the timing of the jump completely wrong there. Dylan Pereira on the discussion, and it's a goal for Bangladesh. And the goal has been given. It's Bangladesh 1, Maldives 0.
I think right decision in the end, Jana, and it's Maldives have no one but themselves to blame, because realistically, whether it came off the Maldivian player's head or not, they shouldn't have let the ball get to that position where the Bangladesh player was so easily able to tap it in. And in the 13th minute of the game, Bangladesh make it 1-0, and really, I think all the talk amongst the fans as we see the replay.
Oh, I think there's a slight touch there. I think very good refereeing that by Dylan Pereira. And also for him to go and consult with the linesman and both the referees, both the officials working in tandem, in coordination. That's what you need.
I think I saw Hussein Yusuf slightly raise his hand like he was about to confess that he did touch it, but then when he saw the flag go up, I think maybe. But we won't know. The goal has been given, and that's that. So, and as we kept saying, Maldives really shouldn't have let the ball get to that position.
And also Rahul, as we told during the earlier stages of the match, Bangladesh should play on the front foot. You know, there is no point for them because Maldives looks like the stronger team, but referee says...
Just making sure that the player doesn't interfere with the free kick.
Yes. So adding on to the point, yeah, we were already talking about how Bangladesh should start positively, and that's what they did. And the goal just makes this match a bit more interesting because Maldives would love to get a goal back here. So let's see how it goes.
Absolutely. So now as the long range effort just blasted over. The question is, will Bangladesh now try to sit back? It's very early stages, so they obviously shouldn't do that. But what happened against Seychelles, they got a goal in the first half. Much later than this, but still in the first half, and then they kind of sat back a little bit and allowed Seychelles to grow into the game. And Maldives is a team where you don't want them to grow into the game because that will get them into the game and they will punish you for it.
And of course, Rahul, I think they'll more likely, I think they learn from their mistakes. So Bangladesh coach would love to add another to their tally. Meanwhile, you know, the Maldives already off to a very, I would say, not a humiliating, but then still unnecessary loss. So, in fact, it's a draw. By it sounds, and it's also the match looks, it feels as if it's a loss for Maldives.
Exactly, because it would have felt like a draw for the Maldivian fans and players. It would have felt like a very bad loss because in less than 30 minutes conceding 4 goals when you're 4-0 up, that's not something that you quickly recover from.
Yes.
But what is important to note, Jana, it's match day 2 out of 3 match days, and whoever is the top two teams at the end of the 3rd match day go into the final. So the results from today will significantly affect the morale of the teams going into that final match day. So the results from today can be very important.
Rightly said, Rahul. And also it's just a 4-team tournament. So every match is almost like your knockout match. And you either win it or go home.
Exactly. So a loss at any match day would be very bad. And we are still, as we mentioned earlier, waiting for the first victory of this Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa trophy. And could this be the game where it happens?
And especially, you know, all those Bangladesh fans back home will be very, very happy with this performance, especially getting one goal.
It's one of the most passionate fan bases you get in South Asia. And you know that they were cheering for that goal, especially when the decision was made.
A good through ball, but unfortunately, the forward couldn't get to the ball. Anishur Rahman will. Anishur Rahman looking for options here. There you see already the Maldives player just coming for a press. And that's the last foul. Anishur Rahman still with the ball. There you see the Maldives dugout. Ball goes to Bangladesh. Can he take on the shot? Was he fouled there? Living dangerously, and it will be a foul going towards the likes of Maldives there.
As we take a look at the replay, you did question whether it was foul. It was just outside the box anyway.
Just a slight contact.
The thing with that, Jana, it was outside the box, so it wouldn't have been a penalty regardless. But in the modern day football, players go down for the slightest contact, which makes the referee give the foul or the free kick. But when players try to keep going like that, even if it is a foul, the foul is not given. So
Yeah, right.
the question is, did he do the right thing by staying on his feet? For the football terms, he did, but
Yes, rightly said, Rahul. And also with the advent of VAR in modern football and also these higher leagues, it's quite hard for defenders to do their job, because even the slightest touch, players go down, the forwards especially. And now Maldives just pushing high up now, almost all of their players going for the long ball. But is he offside? Bangladesh just doing some last bit of defensive, but still Maldives the ball, goes for the cross. Can they get a goal here? Ball still with Maldives. A very interesting phase of play here.
Bangladesh not clearing their lines properly, and now Maldives, it's chance after chance. They are just not getting that final third. But now, could this be the opportunity? He goes down, but referee Dilan Pereira had an eagle-eye view of it, and no real appeals from the Maldivian players as well. And in the end, those chances amounted to nothing, as now the Bengal Tigers try to respond. But that is the best chance or set of chances we've seen from Maldives so far in this game, Jana.
And yeah, I think we're just seeing similar scenes, because even in the last match against Seychelles, Bangladesh kept on opening up their defense, and there were channels where the other team, the opposite team, could thread the ball through, and that's what is happening in this game as well. I think Bangladesh as a defense have to be a bit more compact, so they stop those kind of runs and those kind of through balls. And now Bangladesh going on the attack, a very good cross. Maldives defense doing its job.
Absolutely vital bit of blocking there by the Maldivian defender. After a brilliant cross into the box by Rakib Hussain. But that quick bit of defending by Hussein Yusuf, allowing the ball to be cleared. And Maldives now having given away a throw-in high up in their own half.
Yes, Rahul, and also the Maldivian fans has to be stated here, because they were very, very good last time against Sri Lanka. They turned up in numbers with their vuvuzelas and with all their flags, all dressing according to the team, in fact, as if in a state to show that their support to the team. And today, even though it wasn't the opening game as last time, Bangladesh versus Maldives, in this game also, we got some Maldives fans eagerly waiting in the pavilion. I think they'd love to see few goals here.
Absolutely, and you know their team will be wanting to perform for the fans, especially after what happened in the last game, which we keep mentioning because we have to, because that's what really historic. But Maldives, this is a new game, and Bangladesh are leading them. So the fans will be praying that the players can do something to at least get one back before there's plenty of time for something more. As Bangladesh now once again looking to extend their lead.
Retaining the ball there, Bangladesh. Still, Bangladesh looking for options here. Goes to one of their centre backs.
They're doing the right thing, the Bengal Tigers. They're not just passing forward for the sake of it. They're looking if the opportunity is there. And if it's not, they're not doing it. As now a good ball, true ball. Ramat Mia now. He puts in the cross. But on that occasion, no one there.
Yeah, but what a ball that was, Rahul. Through all those players of Maldives, giving it to their left flank. But unfortunately, the cross not right on the mark. Now Maldives will try to attack.
Could that be a weakness, Jana? Because the first goal came from a cross from the left flank, which no Maldivian defender was able to stop. And now again we saw the cross come in and the defenders doing nothing about it. So that's something that Maldives need to improve going forward. If not, if Bangladesh realize that, which they probably already have, they will look to exploit that.
Rightly said, Rahul. I think even in the first few minutes, once the start of the match, we saw very nice and really long balls, quality balls put through the defense, those diagonal balls. So what I think is, those fullbacks of Maldives, they're just pushing high up. So when they push high up, there's a space behind. So if your defense or your central midfielder, defensive midfielder is quite talented, and also if he can put on those balls, then it's going to be dangerous for Maldives. The more the high up the left backs come and the right backs come, there is more space behind them. And also you can see already Bangladesh is utilizing it.
Well said, Jana. As a free kick opportunity wasted there. They could have used that chance to get a good ball into the box, but it was straight at the Bangladesh defender, and now the Bangladeshi boys breaking on the counter attack.
It's Hridoy, I guess, number 20.
He couldn't. It was a pace game, and the defenders caught up to him, and referee blowing for a free kick for Bangladesh. And this is in a similar position where Maldives had it just a few moments ago, and now it was Ibrahim who was taken down, the goal scorer from the first game. If the Bangladesh players can get a good ball into the box, it looks like it will be number 6. That's skipper Jamal Buyan. We know he's got a good right foot.
And the Maldives have also set up a two-man wall there. Let's see, Buyan goes for the goal. Headed away by the Maldives defense.
I don't know if that was necessary, but it's a no-risk strategy.
Safety first.
Very true, and in the end that's what's most important, but it's a corner, and it's not something that defenders, as the referee just coming over to make sure the ball is properly on the line.
The officials just giving out some instructions.
Good cross. It was a cross that led to the first goal, not from a corner, but
Again,
from
another
the
cross.
same flank.
Exactly.
So could something. The skipper Jamal Buyan, can he lead from the front and extend their 1-0 lead?
I think the keeper was definitely fouled there, because on the air, the Bangladesh player just going on with his elbow. Referee Dylan Pereira noted it well.
Exactly. The goalkeeper got there first and punched it away and was fouled in mid-air. But a poor corner really, straight to the goalkeeper. As you take a look at the replay,
There you see.
it wasn't an intentional foul, of course, you can't say that, because Tripura was also running for the ball, but he didn't slow down. But
Yes, and the goalkeeper palming the ball away.
as referee blowing for a free kick to the Red Snappers. Taken quickly. Maldives will be looking to at least get the equalizer in the first half, rather than keep it for the second half or late on, even though that's what this tournament really has been about. But as you see, Maldives now starting from the back. Hussein Yusuf finding a teammate, and now their historic goal scorer Ali Ashfaq.
I think it's more like, when Ali Ashfaq, he gets down the pitch, and why do strikers come down the pitch? It's when they don't get the ball, when they are not being served enough. That's when they come down the pitch and try to just go for a ball progression. So one thing we could notice from here is Maldives midfield. I think they should be doing a bit better, and also serving good balls to Ali Ashfaq, because he is a proven finisher. So when Ali Ashfaq comes down into the central area to get to the ball and also to try and progress it, then there's a problem.
Absolutely, because a player of Ali Ashfaq's caliber, he doesn't need to be in the box when he gets the ball.
Exactly.
Even if he's outside the box with his rocket of a foot, it will go blasting in if he can get it on target. So the problem is that Maldives can't seem to hold on to defense for too long when they get into the Bangladesh half. So that is something that needs to improve. That's now the opportunity. Maldives, a good through ball. It's Ibrahim, cross into the box, goalkeeper got a touch to it, Ali Ashfaq. A vital bit of defending before Ashfaq could get to it, but danger still not cleared. Maldives with the ball inside the Bangladeshi half. Everyone but the Maldivian goalkeeper inside the Bangladesh half, as a foul conceded by the Bangladeshi number 9, Suman Reza. Free kick taken quickly. And Maldives have started to pile on the pressure, as now Ibrahim. He's the man who scored that brilliant solo goal against Sri Lanka in the first day.
And also the way Maldives plays, I think there is a goal coming somewhere in the horizon. I can sense a goal.
Absolutely.
But the question is when it's gonna come.
I think it's coming soon, because Maldives seem to have woken up a little bit, and they are going very attackingly, because as I said, only their goalkeeper is now left in their half. They are playing extremely high line. But they're also taking their time about it, which is smart. They are not just attacking for the sake of it, as now Bangladesh, can they attack?
That's a great turn by Bangladesh player.
I was going to ask if they can attack on the counter, but the Maldivian defenders did brilliantly to get back quickly.
Yes, and of course Rahul, and also when you go for a counter, you need plenty of pace, which was slightly missing there.
And also he didn't have any support, Jana.
Exactly. And now Maldives on the front foot. Very nice ball here. Can Maldives finish it? Going for that. I think he should have just gone for the kick there. He tried to control. I think that was really a big chance wasted for Maldives.
Hussein Nihan on that occasion, absolutely right, Jana, wasted a vital opportunity. He was waiting for the challenge to come. I think maybe he was hoping to win a penalty, but if he just went for a strike the first time, maybe something could have happened. And you can see the head coach is also not too happy about it, but a chance wasted for Maldives there. It was Ibrahim who created that chance. He a brilliant no touch. He let the ball go through to Hussein Nihan, who wasted the chance really. And now, but they do have a corner kick at the half-an-hour mark. Can they do something about it? There is a play if they want to take it short.
Rahul, the opportunities doesn't come your way easily, and when it comes, you don't look to get fouled and get a penalty. And I think when you have an opportunity to strike the ball, just strike.
Exactly.
As far as you can, as strong as you can. Now Bangladesh going on the counter. Can they still keep on the counter is the question. Nicely done.
Bit of pressure by the Maldivian defenders, and it was the Bangladeshi forward Suman Reza who was under pressure and opted to try and go back, and in the end it's out for a throw-in.
Nearing the half-an-hour mark here. It's Bangladesh versus Maldives in Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy 2021. We also got another game. It's double-header day today. So the other game featuring the home team Sri Lanka versus Seychelles. And also we've not got a winner still in this tournament. Let's see. As of now, Bangladesh leading this game.
There are more goals in this game, John. I can feel that, but I'm not sure from which side it's going to come, but there are definitely more goals.
It's rightly said, Rahul, because the way Maldives play, the way they are pushing higher up, it seems like they are on the front foot and they can get goals. On the other hand, there is also the opposite of it. So the more they push higher up, the more vacant area Bangladesh have to counter. So if Bangladesh can counter, I think it's almost a 50-50 game here.
Absolutely, but the only problem with their counter-attacking so far is that Suman Reza has been all alone when they launch a counter-attack. More of the forwards and the wingers need to be joining him up front to make it a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-2 situation when they get the counter-attack chance to put the defenders under pressure.
Nicely done by Maldives. What can Maldives do here? In a very dangerous position, goes for the cross, but Bangladesh defense puts it out and it will be a corner for Maldives.
Ibrahim Hussain, he did well to get into that position, but the clearance widely blocked at the expense of a corner. And it's Ali Ashfaq to take the corner kick. I think they need to try and hit it into the box rather than try to go short, and I think they've decided that as well.
A very important corner here for Maldives. Can they get a goal back? A very nice corner. Tries to just tap the ball in to the net. I think they are getting another corner here.
Indeed, out for another corner. That was keeper Abdul Ghani, who had the opportunity, but it deflected off the defender for another corner. And this time Ibrahim joining Ashfaq near the corner flag. Will they look to take the shot, or will he go for the box again? I think he needs to try and find a player in the box.
A good corner again.
He
Goes into the box,
does.
and that's a goal for Maldives. A welcome goal there for Maldives. A great comeback here. 1-1. The scoreline stand.
It was only a matter of time, Jana, and a good corner kick by Ali Ashfaq, and the Maldivian player on the far end of the goal was left all alone. As we see, a very large number of Maldivian fans here to support their team, and they're very happy with what they've seen. The equalizing goal just past the hour mark.
Yes, this is what we were talking about. The passionate fans of Maldives just turning up in numbers. And Rahul, we predicted a goal, and there it is for you.
Absolutely. The goal scorer is the midfielder Mohammad Umair. As we take a look at the replay, not sure what the Bangladesh defense were doing. They left the Maldivian player all alone up front in the far end of the goal, and he was
also
able to easily tap it towards Mohammad Umair, who had nothing but a simple tap-in chance, which of course you don't waste. And it's Bangladesh 1, Maldives 1 at the 34th minute, Jana.
Yes, and you also, a short while ago, you saw Moreiro Francisco, the coach of Maldives, looked very animative, and also he was so happy, and especially, you know, in those kind of deliveries and also set pieces. Once the ball falls to one of the Maldives player, the line of Bangladesh could have come forward suddenly, but they didn't have. They were just caught back. They were sitting back, so the other player was played onside. Had the line just come forward, you know, just maintained their line, he could have been offside. I think these are small things. These are small things. I know
Plus,
it's very
they
hard.
should have really been man marking as well, Jana,
Exactly.
inside the box, especially because that player was left all on his own.
Exactly right. So these are small things, but with practice and you know,
It's mistakes like that
Yeah.
that led them to concede against Seychelles late on
Correct.
as well. And now, if we are going to see a victory, it's going to be from this point on, because we both knew that the equalizer or another goal was bound to happen, and this time it happened in favor of Maldives.
yeah, as you told Rahul, there was always a goal on the horizon, and Maldives, with all their flanks covered and also they pushing up so high, I think Maldives did have a huge chance to get a goal back, and they have got. So it's 1-1, Bangladesh 1, Maldives 1. Now I think Maldives are in the front foot.
The game is blown wide open yet again, and now Bangladesh, because they'll also be trying to find a goal, because I don't think they'll be happy with a draw, especially this early on.
Also, Maldives aren't a team who'd sit back. They don't play that way.
They will want to live up to the expectations of being the highest ranked team from the 4 nations in this tournament. And a late challenge, but I was going to question whether it was a fair one, but referee tried to play advantage. And a yellow card has been shown.
Some medical attention being given there.
It was a
You can
late,
see the medical staff's running on towards the player.
it was a late challenge on Hussein Nihan. You can see the Maldivian fans have found their voice again after that equalizing goal. it is really incredible to see this much turnout for away team in an international game in Sri Lanka. International football is really back in Sri Lanka once again, Jana.
Also, especially after COVID pandemic, it's almost football-less Sri Lanka. The international games weren't held, but now, thanks to the Football Federation of Sri Lanka as well, to amidst all the odds, to put up a very good trophy, a very good tournament up here, and also.
And what exciting football the fans are being rewarded with, Jana.
Exactly. I think as we have already spoke, Rahul, these kind of tournaments actually improve the game of the teams that's participating, because when all the teams are almost similar tiered and also almost equal, I think it gives more chance for each team to have a winning option here.
And it's good to see that there are a lot of Sri Lankan fans at the other end of the field watching. Even though Sri Lanka is not playing in the first game, they're still here to watch the football action, and they're being rewarded with goals as well for it. So a good football match for fans all around us. Now over the top ball.
Again, Maldives through the right flank.
Can they take the lead for the first time, as the attempt to find Ibrahim Hussain didn't work out, and Bangladesh need to clear their lines quickly.
The idea being there, but the execution not right.
Playing a little risky, other Bangladesh defenders, but it worked out on that occasion. And now the ball back to the Maldivian backline.
And you can see the Bangladesh coach, that's Mario Lincio Guerrero Lemos, he wants the Bangladesh forwards to press. I think that's something we didn't see, because the Maldives defense are just coming high up. So if you press them, they might fall into some kind of trap, and then they might lose the ball. I think that's another good tactics to use.
And now Ali Ashfaq looking for a through ball.
What a ball that is! But unfortunately the flag goes up, I think, and it does. But I think that was a very good ball.
Absolutely brilliant through ball by Ali Ashfaq. He found the teammate up front. I think that was Hussein Nihan. But the flag just up for offside. But that's again, Bangladesh need to beware of those runs, because Maldives are known for those good runs that they make. As we take a look at the replay.
Oh, I think that's a good call. I think he was a few inches away from the back line, but that was a very good ball. You can see nice communication between the passer and also the receiver.
Indeed, that is the danger of Ali Ashfaq. Even though he's known for scoring 57 goals, he's also known for those brilliant balls. As now Bangladesh at the other end, can they make Maldives pay for that offside missed opportunity?
And almost a similar ball there from Bangladesh.
Bangladesh being forced back, and now position won back by the red snappers. Ali Ashfaq.
You can see the vocal supporters of Maldives.
Ashfaq to Ibrahim. He has options, and I think he was going for a shot, but just couldn't get a proper connection. He had options to pass to, and he should have gone for it, because there was a player making a good run, but he tried to catch the goalkeeper off guard, but almost caught himself off guard with that shot, and it was skied byward. Bangladesh trying to hit it forward, and there's a Bangladesh player down and in need of some medical attention. Bangladeshi fans will be hoping that he's okay. Just trying to get a visual on who the player is. As you can see, the Maldivian head coach Morero Francesco just giving out instructions. The Italian recently taking on the job as head coach for the Maldivian national team. He brings with him a lot of world experience, having coached around the world, and it looks like it's number 9 of Bangladesh, Suman Reza, and he has been very important for Bangladesh so far. He has made a lot of good runs, and got into good areas against the Maldivians, and fortunately he looks okay to continue. I think just took a hard knock and just getting some ice on the shoulder, and hopefully for Bangladesh he will be okay to continue as we approach the last 5 minutes of regulation time in the first half. Ibrahim looked for a quick 1-2 but couldn't get it off. But now Maldives once again back in possession. Good work by Reza, coming back to do some defensive duties and winning the ball back for Bangladesh. Can Bangladesh launch an attack of their own? No, it's quickly snuffed out and won back by Maldives. Both teams doing well defensively as well as attackingly here. Neither side just giving up defensively. Both teams holding strong, as now Maldives looking for a long ball. Ibrahim, Ali Ashfaq. Maldives taking their time. A goal now before the end of the first half would change everything for both teams going into that halftime team talk. Maldives can get a ball, looking to find Ibrahim. He crosses it in, but no teammate on the same wavelength. And now Ashfaq just couldn't keep hold of the ball, and Bangladesh need to clear their lines quickly. That was a let off for Bangladesh there. Ibrahim got into a very good possession. And now once again he's back on the ball. But earlier, if he had got a good cross in, he had the likes of Ali Ashfaq waiting for him in the box. But Bangladesh held strong defensively. But once again, the positions are with the red snappers. What can they do? The first half running out. Maldives taking their time. Long ball. The Maldivian defend, the full back there, Hussein Yusuf. He was waiting for a challenge and he was expecting the foul to come his way, but in the end it didn't come, and he handled the ball, and the foul going the Bangladeshi's way. But good run and good intent by the Maldivians. Bangladesh have been on the back foot a little bit, defending more than attacking for the last 5 minutes or so. Bengal Tigers just waiting for that half-time break to come. So Bangladesh winning the ball back. Looking for the best option. Finds Ramat Mia. Mia opting for a long ball to find Reza. He has his captain in the box, opts to go back. Long range effort, a weak one straight to the defender. He should have looked to find their skipper Jamal Bhuyan, who was inside the box. And foul conceded by Bangladesh. Makib Hussain, the villain there. A late challenge. Reckless one. His innocence, but nothing doing, as minimum of 1 minute of added time to end the first half. Is there enough time for one of these teams to add something? Ali Ashfaq. He thought he had broken through, but the linesman raising his flag for offside. his effort anyway off target, but the linesman had flagged him already. And now Bangladesh, they have time to mount one last attack before the half-time break. It's all tied at 1-1. In injury time of the first half, Topu Barman, long ball yet again. His long balls have been quite exquisite. And that's it for the first half of Bangladesh versus Maldives of match day 2 of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy. Bangladesh won, Maldives won. It was a very, very even first half, but Maldives were, I'd say, the more dominant side towards the end of it. And we have 45 more minutes ahead of us. Could we see the first victory of this Four Nations International Tournament? As we will be going into the half-time team talk, as goals for either side, it was skipper Buyan for Bangladesh, and at the other end, Aisam equalized at the 33rd minute to make it 1-1 at half-time.
teams made one goal and made the match tie for this moment. So the second half will decide who is going to qualify for the final of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy 2021. Well, Jana, speaking about the 11th minute, Bangladesh players made their first goal.
Yes, good evening, Kavinda. Good evening, everyone. Glad to meet you in this halftime discussion. So, yes, they do have another league match. But before that, as Kavinda told, you know, that was a very important phase of game where Bangladesh got their goal. So, in the commentary box, we were talking about how Bangladesh should play in a very front-footed manner because Maldives is a very strong team. They can hurt you anytime. So, best thing you do is you get a goal first and try to defend. So, that's what Bangladesh did. I think that was a very good goal. Yes, there was few mistakes in the Maldives defense because that was a very good cross. On the cross, the Maldives defense didn't time their jump. So they made their timing of the jump wrong and the ball went straight to the Bangladesh player. And there was some drama as well because the goal wasn't given. The flag went up. Then the Bangladeshi players, they just stated to the referee that it came off the head of a Maldives player which played the ball, and also there you can see.
Yeah, there's the highlights now, the Bengal Tigers, and that's that occasion where the players were celebrating when the referee gave the whistle sign that it's not a goal. Yeah. They were arguing with the referee to make this a goal, so that's how the Bengal Tigers were back again. This is the next second goal where Maldives scored their goal.
So when we talk about this two goals, so first goal, as I stated, it came off the Maldives player. That's the only way, and only because of that the goal was stood. And the second goal, of course, you can see the Bangladesh defense. Again, they're playing, you know, with a very low line. If they had been a bit more proactive, once the ball got to one of the Maldives players, they should have come forward. Once, if they had come forward, then the other player who did strike the ball at the end would have been offside. So these small changes, these small techniques, if they can improve, I think both teams does have a very good chance of winning this match. Meanwhile, I'll also say, I think Maldives look like the team who's on the front foot now.
Right, okay, Maldives making their very first goal at the 32nd minute. So at that time, Maldives had an opportunity of making another goal. They had back-to-back chances, but they missed it, unfortunately. Yeah. But you know, Maldives teams is getting come back. So they are very tough team, so they are coming back in any situation. They are playing a hard situation, especially talking about the match against Sri Lanka and Maldives. They gave magnificent game, isn't that?
Yeah, you're right. So Maldives, of course, they conceded 4 in no time against Sri Lanka, so they'll definitely look to be a bit more proactive in this game. So what I'm saying is, in this game, Maldives aren't going to repeat the mistakes they made. So we are just few minutes from the kickoff of halftime. Kavinda?
So what's your prediction?
So
this time will decide who is going to for the final of the Prime Minister Trophy Mahinda Rajapaksa 2021. And here's the beginning of the second half. I think our organizers are saying it's the time to start the second half.
Yeah, we're almost in live for we have gone to the com box, I guess. So let's see who wins it. I think Maldives are in the front foot.
I think Bangladesh will win the match.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's a very strong prediction. Let's see how this match pans out.
And Cape Town tonight, Sri Lanka against Seychelles.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back for the live action of the second half of match day 2 of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy. Of course, Bangladesh taking on Maldives, 1-1 at the moment, 45 minutes left. That's referee Dilan Pereira looks at his watch, waiting the kickoff of the second half. Maldives finished the first half as the stronger and more dominant side, after having gotten the equalizer at the 33rd minute. So let's see how the two team talks would have gone as Bangladesh kick us off. Still waiting as Bangladesh have made a half-time substitution, confirmation of that. Their goal scorer from the first game, Mohamed Ibrahim, who has come off. Like in his place, number 7, has indeed come on. That's Ahmed Fahim. Attacking switch up front. Let's see what effect that has for Bangladesh in this game. Bangladesh looking for an early attack, but Maldives putting an end to that quickly and launching a counter attack. Bangladesh, after a little bit of scare, clearing away the troubles.
Ball with Maldives now. Again, you can see Maldives still just pushing their wing backs very high. Ball played through the right flank. Ball with Maldives. Can Maldives do something out of it? Still retained by them. Maldives nicely retaining the ball. I think you can see a very good cross-field pass, but ball goes out and it will be a throw for Bangladesh. Now Bangladesh having the ball. Ridoy gives it back to the central defender, and very good opportunity here for Bangladesh. Nicely got behind the lines of Maldives, but couldn't get to the goal. Ball still in play.
It's the man who just came on, Ahmed Fahim. Couldn't get to it fairly and concedes the corner at the end. And it will be a free kick for Maldives from the defensive area. What do you think needs to change, Jana, from the first half?
I think, Rahul, if you closely watch the first half, we saw Maldives looked like the better team, but still Bangladesh got their first goal. So Bangladesh, if they have to win, they have to get their passing right, and of course a few of their finishing.
This could be the chance for Maldives, but the cross wasted.
Yes.
As you were saying, Jana, they had chances with both sides, but a lot of wasted passes in the final thirds that needs to be improved on. As it looks like the throw-in to Maldives, going back to their back line. I think, Jana, it's safe to say if the scoreline remains like this towards the end of the game, from both teams, it will be Maldives who will be, as I was just saying, Maldives into the box, but at the expense of a corner. The first set piece opportunity after half coming Maldives' way. But as I was saying, if it remains like this, the further it goes, it will be Maldives who will be the more attacking of the two, who will be desperate to change the scoreline. Bangladesh may be a little bit okay to sit back and keep the draw and get the point.
Rightly said, Rahul. I think a draw here at the end of the match, Maldives would be the, maybe Bangladesh would be the more happier team, because Maldives, yes, they expected a win against Sri Lanka and things didn't go their way. And again, in this match, they're definitely looking for a win here. Let's see how this match pans out. And Maldives do look a bit more proactive, I guess.
Exactly. Ever since that equalizer went in, it has been Maldives who have been a little bit on the front foot when you compare. But Bangladesh have had their chances once again. A very long ball almost coming to fruition for Maldives, but just a little out of reach for the forward, and Bangladesh getting a goal kick. As Maldives now readying their first substitution, it will be number 3 who is coming on. That's Ahmed Numan. He will be replacing number 14, and that's Haisham Hassan. So let's see Maldives responding to the half-time substitution from Maldives, maybe. I beg your pardon, from Bangladesh. Let's see how this substitution pans out. Ahmed Numan, a defensive substitution on this occasion, unlike the attacking one that Bangladesh made at half-time.
I think as we were already discussing, Rahul, the fullbacks just coming higher up, so maybe now the Maldivians have gone for a extra security change there. Maybe they'll get another defender, central defender in, so they can stop one of the counter attacks from Bangladesh.
Or he might be on those attacking fullbacks, we won't know. Let's see. And now it's Maldives. They're looking to find a teammate on the wing. They found a teammate, but there was no support in the box. But regardless, in the end, they win themselves another set-piece opportunity in the form of corner.
And you can see, Rahul, I think the team's not quite settled since the start of the second half, because few of the passes and few of the control of the ball hasn't been really good, hasn't been up to the mark. So maybe once the game progresses, maybe they've played a few minutes into the game, they'll start rectifying it.
Ashfaq going short this time, gets the ball back.
Oh, nicely done by Maldives. Can they get a goal here? Maldives still with the ball inside the box, looking very, very threatening here. Player taken down, but Bangladesh has made a very clean chance.
Ibrahim got the ball and the Bangladesh defenders were appealing for offside, which obviously wasn't to come. But fortunately the Bangladesh defenders kept the pressure on, and in the end Ibrahim had no choice but to retreat, and now Bangladesh once again opting for a long ball, but this time defender Ramat Mia in the way to stop Ibrahim, and this time it will be a goal kick.
Now the ball with Maldives. Again, playing from the back, Maldives, as we have already observed in the game, that Maldives have been quite comfortable with playing from the back.
Maldives not being rushed here, but it's been all Maldives in the second half. Bangladesh yet to have any real attacking threat so far. Less than 10 minutes so far, but as a foul conceded by Bangladesh inside their own half by number 19, Rahman Fahad.
I think this is where Rahul, Bangladesh are going to miss Saaduddin, because in last match against Seychelles, he was very good. He was using the flanks very well, and also his pace, and not just his pace, but also his crossing was pinpoint last game. So I think Bangladesh are missing him big time. Saaduddin, number 22, who played the last game.
Exactly, those type of players come in handy in this set piece, as now we see just over the top of the player. It was number 3, Ahmed Numan, who just came on.
And also he can use his height to his advantage there.
He didn't really jump for the ball, but it was just over him in the end, and Bangladesh let off the hook.
Yes, and if you saw the replay, you can see the Bangladesh defense was almost split. Like 2 of them were on the other side and 2 on the other side. There was a huge gap, a gaping hole, and the Maldives player really used it to his advantage. But one thing he didn't do was head the ball.
Exactly, and that's just how they conceded that equalizer as well in this game. They were not man marking inside the box, which led to the goal, and yet again it almost cost them. I thought maybe that would have been something that the coach would have spoken, but it's not happening yet, but it is something they need to improve on if they are going to keep the scoreline as it is.
I think a very good observation there, Rahul. As Rahul said, even in the first half, there was a very good set piece through which the Maldives scored, and the man marking wasn't good from Bangladesh. And same thing we observed here. Maybe Bangladesh should ramp up their game. And now ball with Maldives. Maldives looking very, very threatening here, as we already told. It looks like another goal in the horizon pretty
Seems
soon.
like Bangladesh have just taken their foot off the pedal from the first half. Like I wouldn't say that they're already settling for the draw, but they are not chasing that
The intent, isn't
second
it?
goal.
Yes, correct.
As Maldives are. Maybe they're looking to sit back and attack on the counter. They still haven't had the opportunity yet, as the long ball out for a throw-in.
And Rahul, since the first goal that Bangladesh got, I think they haven't made any huge chances. Maybe I'm wrong here, maybe I've missed few chances, but as far as I know, I think they haven't made few big chances here.
Definitely no shot on target since the goal, Jana, rightly
Yeah.
said.
So I think that's a very huge concern for the head coach of Bangladesh, because he needs his team to, only if you get your shots away, you might get a goal. So if you are not going to shoot, you are not going to get a goal. It's a simple logic. So Bangladesh should try to get few shots on target. Now ball goes back to Maldives.
And they can't make silly mistakes like that with their passing, but let off the hook as Bangladesh still in possession. As the back heel flick didn't come off on that occasion. Throw into Maldives.
There's another change.
Beg your pardon, to Bangladesh.
Here's another change coming on. You can see, I think it's number 12 coming in, number 6 going out. There you see. It's Azad Ali coming in for Mohammad Umair. So Mohammad Umair is a midfielder, so I think they're going to change few tactical decisions here, and of course he's a very good goal scorer. And also last game against Sri Lanka, it was
Maldives made a lot of early substitutions in the last game, and in the end I wouldn't say that came back to bite them, but the players did look to have a lack of energy, but that may have been their morals being down with the goals that kept on coming from the Sri Lankans. But I think head coach and the coaching staff would have taken lessons from that and would know what they're doing. It's now Bangladesh.
a very nice diagonal ball here. Bangladesh going forward, putting for a cross, but no one there. I think just aimlessly put cross that. But now Bangladesh have a chance here. Can they go for the goal? They don't at the end, but ball still in play.
Rakib Hussain, he got the ball inside the box and he looked to cross it in. I think maybe he should have gone for the shot instead of trying to cross it back in. He was already inside the box. He could have at least tried to take a shot off and trouble the goalkeeper. But maybe, I wouldn't say unselfishly, maybe he wanted to pass it off. Maybe he thought he can't score from there, but he should have at least tried. But in the end, the chance gone begging. And now it's Maldives who start off once again from the back. Akram Ghani, Ashfaq now, the through ball, but the goalkeeper Anisur Rahman quick to react.
The Maldives fans very, very vocal here. We could just hear them cheering the team from the comm box itself when they go on an attack. And I think the Bangladesh, they haven't got their positions right as well. At times I can see that almost four midfielders playing on the same line. It looks a bit awkward, but maybe they have.
Fahim just couldn't keep it in on that occasion. But what a through ball that was by Ashfaq. We saw moments ago for that through ball, for the opportunity that didn't come to fruition for Maldives. But yet again, it's Maldives once again in the attack, and a free kick, but to which side both of them seem to have taken the brunt of it. And it looks like it will be a free kick to Bangladesh.
And in this match especially, we've seen lots of coming together. A bit of, I wouldn't say rough play, because none of the challenges were really very rough, but still players coming together is a usual aspect of this game.
I think it's just a case of both teams not wanting to let go of any chances or challenges. Both teams are going for it, and that's good to see, because football really is a physical game. It's a contact sport. As you can see, just coming together of the shins, they are always painful, but no foul intended by either of the two players. As foul having gone Maldives' way, and now Maldives once again from the back, long ball. Well blocked by Bangladesh. What can they do with it now? Yet to have any clear-cut chances in the second half, as we just passed the hour mark here in the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy. Match day 2, scoreline remaining 1-1 at the 62nd minute. And it will be a throw into Maldives.
Maldives. I think suddenly the last 5 minutes, both teams looking a bit dull since that through ball.
I think Maldives have been the team who have been the more attacking of the two, clearly. But as you rightly said, it has been a bit of a dull affair, but Maldives are continuously trying to break through, as now once again Ashfaq this time goes to the wing, a cross in. There are plenty of options inside the box. He doesn't pass when he should have, and now Fahim didn't get rid of it, and it's out for a throw-in. No, it's not.
Yes, it is at the end. A very late call by the linesman. And also, I think the Maldives do show a bit vision when it comes to passing. Even in the last attack, they came very nicely. The ball was distributed to the right side. I think these are very encouraging signs for Maldives.
I know, I agree with you, Jama, but I think on that occasion, the chance we just saw, if the player he had a lot of options at 3 or 4 players, including Ashfaq, who broke into the box, and he tried to dribble past defenders on his own. Maybe if he had tried to find a teammate with a pass, they could have had some sort of chance, but it's a gone opportunity now, and once again already it's Maldives yet again on the ball.
Again, Rahul, if Bangladesh are going to sit back like this, I think it's going to be, at the end, going to hurt them.
Exactly, because Maldives is not a side you want to keep inviting into your own half and into your box, because with the likes of Ashfaq and Ibrahim, it's bound to come and bite you in the end. As once again Maldives, it would be interesting if we could see a possession stat, because it's been all Maldives really, except for a few counter attacks that haven't really got into the final third. As now Reza, once again the pass straight to Maldives.
Maldives through the right side, very nice pass that, but Bangladesh defense standing tall. Now Bangladesh on the attack, looks very good here. Bangladesh, they need to commit a bit more men forward. I think just 3 men coming forward, and it's just the intent. When you go on attack, you need at least 5-6 players just motoring along on the other side as well, for you to have some passing options. Absolutely, which is not happening.
And no one was really making the runs either. Like, it was just those 2 players, which is not good signs, because it makes it seem like Bangladesh are very comfortable just sitting back and letting the scoreline be as it is. That's not how it, because if they are going to sit back, they should at least attack on the counter, and when the chances come like that, they are not taking them. But now it looks like Bangladesh will go for a long throw.
Rightly said, Rahul, neither here nor there. It's a Bangladesh game. A long throw into the box. Oh, goes for the goal there. Just few inches wide, but the shot not really having enough venom there.
Indeed, Ahmad Fahim on that occasion, the substitute. If he had got a powerful shot away, maybe the goalkeeper looked to have been in some trouble. As we see the replay, Fahim took the shot on the first touch, but goalkeeper would have had it covered anyway. But maybe if the shot had been powerful, could have caused some problems. But once again, the opportunity gone begging for Bangladesh, and now Maldives once again back in possession. Let's see what they can do Maldives as always comfortable taking their time, not doing anything unnecessary, but free kick.
Kick taken quickly, but play still on the ground.
Referee played advantage, but he blows the whistle in the end because, as you said, the player didn't get up.
It's Sushanto Tripura of Bangladesh. And we are past the hour mark of the game. Another few minutes remaining.
It's been all Maldives really in the second half, Jana, but still,
Sometimes, Rahul, when games are like this, you feel the Maldives are the strong side and you feel there's going to be a goal coming at any time, but at the end, sometimes it doesn't come.
absolutely, because if Bangladesh can hold on defensively, it will end this way. But as you can clearly see from the team talk, the team huddle happening, the head coach calling over all the players, he's clearly not happy with the scoreline. He wants it to change in their favor.
And you can see the Bangladesh head coach Mario Lincio Guerrero Lemos just having a conversation with his assistants.
You can see Bangladesh don't really have that same, they don't look to have that same intent. Maybe we're wrong, but from our view, it seems like it's Maldives who are the more intent team on chasing the goal. As we can see, their fans in large numbers here at the Racecourse Stadium, making their voices heard. But you do have those Bangladesh fans watching from home, and wherever they are, they will be happy with their team being on level terms, but they will want their team to be better attackingly, I'd say, Jana, because they wouldn't want their team to just sit back like this and keep letting a team like Maldives continuously attack and attack and attack, because eventually the attack is going to break through the defense and it's going to lead to another goal.
Yeah, but the last few minutes, I think before the foul, Bangladesh are trying to show some intent. They are just starting to show some intent. That's good, but again, the intent not as high as Maldives, I'd say. As Rahul mentioned, another player brought down.
Just a clumsy late challenge by Tripura on that occasion. Free kick to Maldives. Taken quickly, going back to Captain Ghani. Yeah, coming towards the final 20 minutes plus added time of the second half and of this game. And don't forget, this is the first of two games for today. This will be followed by the mouth-watering clash of Seychelles taking on Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, of course, coming off a wonderful comeback. So the momentum is with Sri Lanka, and Seychelles did come back as well. But even though not on a larger scale as Sri Lanka did.
Not as historic, and let's not forget that Sri Lanka playing in their home turf will always give a boost, because we can already see fans flocking in.
Yes,
And
right,
there will
yes,
be
sir.
a large number of people coming in to see that game. But let's not rule anything out, because Seychelles is the unknown of the four teams in this tournament.
Rightly said, Rahul. The fans just starting to come in to the game, and by the kickoff time, I think it will be more happening. And already the Maldives fans are making up for it. They are with their team, and it's nice to see a group of away supporters, especially in Sri Lanka, turning up in numbers.
Absolutely, and the players will want to do it for the fans, because the fans will be much happier going home with a win than a draw. So, especially after what happened last time, the players will be called to action, as Maldives once again taking their time, making sure to get the passes right.
And of course, there is a sizable community of Maldivians living in Sri Lanka. So they have turned up. Coming back to the match, Maldives again with the ball. And as we saw on the start of the first half, the whole Maldives team except the keeper has just pushed all the way into the Bangladesh box, which shows that Maldives have the intent to get a goal back.
Absolutely, whereas Bangladesh are sitting back, but when they sit back, they need to attack on the counter, which is also not happening at the moment, Jana. But as we see, the through ball just too heavy and goes to goalkeeper Anisur Rahman in the final 20 minutes of this game.
Except the goal opportunities that they got, I don't think both the keepers were tested very hardly in this game.
Rightly said, Jana, because other than those two goals, there haven't really been any shots on target, I'd say. And if the scoreline does remain this way, which Maldives and Bangladesh fans will be hoping it doesn't, it will come down to Sri Lanka and Seychelles to bring the first victory of this Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa trophy. And as I said, despite the comebacks of both teams, you have to say that Seychelles are the dark horses in this tournament, because as I keep saying, we haven't seen much of them as much as the other three teams. So you really never know what they are capable of, even though we did see a little bit of it in the last match. But for now, it's Maldives and Bangladesh, the goalkeeper, a long ball. Foul conceded with a high foot, and the Bangladesh player down in some discomfort. But a good opportunity, a free kick from range. Maybe if they can get the ball into the box, as Bangladesh readying a double substitution. Rahman coming on in place of Reza.
And even the last match, Jewel came in. So let's see if these changes are going to impact the game of Bangladesh. Jewel Rana coming in for Rakib Hussain. Rakib had a good game.
Indeed, Rakib was the man who kept getting into the right areas. But
And that was through the left flank. I think he was using the space behind the fullbacks very well. Rakib Hussain on your screen going out. Jewel Rana coming in.
But a fresh pair of feet always helps, especially in these last dying stages of the game. And a double substitution by Bangladesh. Let's see what happens, and it's a free kick opportunity. Can Bangladesh create something out of this? If he can get a good kick into the box. Will he go long? Will he go short? Goes for it, but headed away. And no pressure for the Maldivians, as now Maldives on the counter attack. But cleared away in time by the Bangladesh defender Hussein Badsha. But that was almost caught on the counter attack by Maldives. Bangladesh failed to capitalize on that set piece opportunity. And now it's Maldives once again from the back.
Rightly said, Rahul. So let's see how this match is going to end. Maldives going for the long ball. Very nice long ball. Got behind the defense there, but unfortunately couldn't cut back to one of his own players. And the attack just fizzing out.
He had Ali Ashfaq. Ali Ashfaq was the man there, but the Bangladesh goalkeeper just stretched enough to get a foot to it before Ashfaq could let go of a ripper of a shot. And fortunately for Bangladesh,
I think the composure just missing there for Maldives. Another quarter of an hour remaining in the game.
Maldives responding to Bangladesh's double substitution with a double substitution of their own. Ismail Isa coming on in place of Hussein Nihan, and also Ibrahim Hussein coming off, I beg your pardon, in place of Hamza Mohammed. Ibrahim was kept relatively quiet today compared to the Sri Lankan game. And let's see how these new fresh of legs for both teams can impact the game in the last 15 minutes. Bangladesh slowly getting together a few passes.
Nicely dribbled pass, but I think it's offside. Is he? Yes, he is. I think that was quite obvious there.
Absolutely, clearly offside. Found the back of the net, but it doesn't matter. The whistle and the flag went off well before. But at last we are seeing some attacking intent by the Bengal Tigers, which is good. And
Good finish though.
good header indeed, but I think maybe the Maldivian defenders didn't bother too much because they knew it was offside. But Bangladesh do need to keep that momentum going. They need to keep attacking, or we are going to end up with another draw unless Maldives can do something at the other end. But we have just under 15 minutes left. Plenty of time, as we saw in the last two games, for something to happen. But let's see, Jana.
Yes, Rahul, and the big question, the million-dollar question is, who's going to get the goal? That's the question here. Maldives or Bangladesh? The match has turned out very well. Just going for the climax here.
I think that's a question we should be asking you, Jana, because you, when it became 4-1 against Sri Lanka, you called a comeback, something that I could have never dreamed of. So, what do you think, Jana? What do you see happening in the last 13 minutes or so?
I think, Rahul, there might be another couple of goals going towards Maldives' way. That's a very, very strong prediction, to be honest, because when the time runs out, Maldives will try to take lots of shots. So they might score.
As we discussed, Maldives will be the team that don't want this to end in a draw. They'll be the team that keep attacking the more and more the time that goes.
Yes, and don't count off Bangladesh. Bangladesh do look threatening at times, and few of their passings has been good, and even the last phase of play where Bangladesh came forward and they went for a headed goal, which was called offside. Those are encouraging signs here. Pressing hard now, Bangladesh forwards. Maldives the ball, now Bangladesh having the ball with themselves in a very dangerous position here.
It's very good work by Joel Rana. You spoke highly of him, and we can see why. He's good on the ball as he goes for a long ball. Good ball, finds a teammate. Fahim.
Oh,
Good bit of
nicely
dribbling.
brushed off. Now Maldives on the counter. He's using all his space.
Vital block there by Mia. And now Bangladesh once again Fahim. But a vital interception.
Almost like a game of ping pong here. Ball just going to and fro.
Absolutely,
both
Bangladesh are
sides.
slowly but surely growing back into it, I'd say. And could this be another case of Maldives dropping back a little bit late on? Because,
So another shot coming on. Is it Rahul?
as I said in the last match, I shall not make these predictions, Jana. That's up to you. But it's good to see that Bangladesh have started to get back into it, because it was all Maldives up to that point. But as we see now, Bangladesh, I think those substitutions really brought in a boost of energy. As once again, Joel Rana just a touch too heavy for him.
They're starting to snatch balls from Maldives. Maybe this is a wake-up call for Maldives here.
Exactly, because earlier we were seeing all the Maldives players inside the Bangladesh half, not like that anymore. But Maldives at the same time are not sitting back either, they are also going for it. So as we approach the final 10 minutes, we are going to have a very exciting last 10 minutes, Jana. And we've already had a very exciting tournament, and it's good to see it's going to keep continuing as Bangladesh trying to clear their lines, but ball still with Maldives.
Nicely done by Maldives. Ali Ashfaq. Oh, again threading the pass through the defense. But defense stands tall here for Bangladesh.
Indeed, vital interception. Bangladesh Rana. And intercepted well, but Bangladesh with a true ball. Position just bouncing back and forth rapidly. And once again it's back with Maldives. Through ball, Ashfaq, he just overran it. He wasn't expecting that pass to come back, and he was just ahead. As now the skipper of Bangladesh puts in a long ball.
In the last 2-3 minutes, the game has suddenly come to live.
Absolutely, as Joel Rana finds a teammate. What are Bangladesh going to do with this? Jamal Buyan going back to his back line. Topu Barman.
That was a very bad pass, but still Bangladesh just pushing higher and higher up the field now. And you can see a very high line.
Both teams trying to play a high line here. Stofu Barman once again on the ball, and he puts it out.
And the Maldivian fans are just backing their team. We can hear a lot of noise from them.
A couple of Bangladeshi players going down with cramp.
Maybe Bangladesh just trying to run out the time.
I was going to question that, Jana, but seeing how they've started attacking, it would be questionable. But maybe some of the actions by the players, maybe they are trying to run down the clock. But that is modern day football. You see that even in the, whether it's a friendly game, whether it's the World Cup final, you see time wasting happening. Because end of the day, a draw is a very good result for Bangladesh against a team like Maldives, Jana. Because as the game, after 81 minutes, if you say which team deserved the points, you'd have to realistically say that a draw is the most fair option at the moment. But 9 minutes plus added time left, plenty of time for something to happen, as we've seen in the last two games. It's only one goal that's needed to change the scoreline completely. And let's see, as referee saying that the throw-in has to be taken again.
We're almost at the end of the game. Just about 8 odd minutes plus other time remaining. So let's see who's gonna win this match. Nishu Rahman with the ball. Just asking his players to move up the field. To the right side. Joel.
Joel Rana has been very active since he came on, Jana. And I think he has been one of the reasons that Bangladesh have started attacking more. But once again, it looks like Maldives are slowly getting on the front foot again as time runs out. But Bangladesh need to make sure that doesn't happen. They need to keep attacking as well. As once again, it's a case where Maldives are playing a very high line. It's their number 10 man.
I think Maldives would be the more concerned team with the time running off.
Exactly, because they won't be happy with a draw. They would take it, but they'd much prefer a win, especially after some of their attacking displays. But I think Bangladesh have done a brilliant job marking the likes
that's
of
a great ball.
Ashfaq as you rightly said, the chance for a breakthrough, but the defense holding strong and a little too heavy for the forward Rahman. But as I was saying, I think Bangladesh have done a good job marking the likes of Ali Ashfaq to stop him from getting the ball and stop him from taking shots.
Rightly said, Rahul. But on the other hand, the next game for Maldives is Seychelles. I think which would be the easier game when compared to Bangladesh, because Bangladesh are playing the home team, Sri Lanka. So it's almost 50-50 now, because the tournament just hanging on the thread with no real contenders, because every team looking equal. Yet even in this match, it's 1-1. All the games have been drawn.
Absolutely, Jana, but that's the beauty of football, because even though one team is considered favorites, sometimes the opposite happens, because as we saw, Maldives are very strong favorites against Sri Lanka, and yet in 30 minutes just were blown wide open brilliantly by the Golden Army. So I'm excited to see that game of Seychelles, because I consider them the dark horse, because African team and a team of unknown stature really, so it will be exciting to see how they match up to the likes of Maldives and Sri Lanka later on today.
Rightly said, Rahul. I think even I'm excited to the game, especially after the comeback of Sri Lanka. Oh, ball lost in a very dangerous position here. Bangladesh, can they score? The touch too heavy. Oh, I think he's fouled, and that's a penalty for Bangladesh. As we were talking, completely against the game of play here.
I thought that Bangladesh had messed up the opportunity, because I thought the through ball to Joel Rana should have come just a second or two earlier, but in the end it did come, and the goalkeeper Ali Naji came off his line.
At the end, it was a blessing in disguise, or that was a clear penalty, Rahul. No complaints there. You can see he got to the ball first, and that's an error for me
Goalkeeper
because
missed the ball.
yeah,
And Joel Rana,
again
a little theatric, but rightfully a penalty because
rightly said.
the goalkeeper got the player and not the ball. And as you said, against the run of play, we were talking about Maldives trying to get the equalizer. Now Bangladesh have a golden opportunity in the form of a set piece, in the form of a penalty kick. And who will be the man? It will be Topu Barman himself, the joint leading goal scorer in the current Bangladesh squad with 5 goals. And if he can convert this, not only does it put him as the leading goal scorer, it puts Bangladesh 2-1 against Maldives and gives them the first win of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa trophy and gives them vital 3 points. As you see that replay again, a penalty clear as day, whether there's
Almost
VAR or
bought
not.
it, to be honest, because he played the ball right at the moment where the keeper came charging at him.
It was brilliantly done by Joel Rana, and now it's Topu Barman against Ali Naji. And the goalkeeper has also received a yellow card for his troubles in conceding the penalty. Topu Barman to put Bangladesh ahead against Maldives in the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa trophy at the Racecourse Stadium. Nilam Pereira blows his whistle. Topu Barman started run up and it's 2-1 to Bangladesh.
Totally against the run of play here. Bangladesh leading this game 2-1. Maldives are shell-shocked here. Can Maldives now come back into this game? Can they get a goal? That's the big question. Time is running off. Bangladesh now on top as no one expected them. But here they are leading in this game and also leading in this competition.
Absolutely brilliant penalty by Topu Barman. And it's just 2 minutes of regulation time as we see a replay right into the top corner. Sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. And Bangladesh snatched it out of another late drama, Jana. If Maldives cannot add a bit of their own, Topu Barman has given Bangladesh the first win of the tournament and puts them on top of the table, as you rightly said. And you can see what it means to the players.
Exactly, the Maldives players very disappointed, but Maldives still have some time here. With extra time, maybe they have about 4 or 5 minutes.
Indeed, and they know it's possible. It happened against them till the very end, so they know it's possible. They are not going to give up. But Bangladesh now, there are players telling them not to sit back, but they need to stay strong defensively, but they can't get complacent because we don't know how much added time there is going to be.
And we didn't have so much of stoppage time, so I guess we're going to get around 2-3 minutes, but you never know because the play wasn't stopped for a long time, if I'm not wrong. So now Maldives.
It only takes a few seconds for the scoreline to change.
A through ball, Ali Ashfaq waiting there.
But
Or you can see a player goes down saying he's injured.
the typical cramps coming into play. It's funny, Jana, how when a team takes the lead, in the end, it comes with a case of cramps for a lot of their players. That's football in the modern day. But it's headed away.
But what happened to him? Not sure whether he collided with someone or he just went back. Anyway,
A case of those cramps, Jana.
Exactly.
Those typical late minute cramps. As Bangladesh now once again.
all trying to twist and turn there. Brought down. Maldives desperate to get a goal, and that's 5 minutes at a time. That's
5
quite
minutes
some
of it.
time.
And that's plenty of time for Maldives to do something. But at the same time, I was about to say, Maldives cannot just throw everything forward and let Bangladesh just add a third on the counter-attack, because
Rightly said, Rahul. And also, Maldives they shouldn't panic here because nothing is going to happen if they panic. So they have to maintain their composure. They have to get a goal back if they can. Maldives again with the ball. Now through the left side. Looking for options here. slowly but steadily. Ball progression happening. A very good, nice ball that through the center of the field. A through ball, but ball couldn't be kept in. Goes out for a goal kick for Bangladesh. Anishur Rahman with the ball. Ball with Bangladesh. Anishur coming forward, clearing the ball as far as he can. Ball with Maldives now. Maldives going forward, motoring through the right side. Nicely done that. Ball still retained by Maldives, but now going for Bangladesh. Now ball with Maldives again. What can Maldives do here? Is there another twist in the tail? Oh, Bangladesh now going on the counter. There is lots of space on the right side. Maldives going for a quick throw. Time's running out. Maldives desperate to get a goal back. But crazier things have happened in football. And even Sri Lanka got their last equalizer. In the last match, very, very late, almost the last kick of the game. Ball put out by Bangladesh. A long throw coming in. Running in, throws right into the box, but cleared away by Bangladesh. Now Bangladesh going on the counter, is it? Nicely dribbled. Bangladesh still going strongly. A very good opportunity on the right side. Can he put in the pass? The pass a bit too heavy. What is Bangladesh going to do here? Trying to dribble past and lets the ball run away. And that's going to be a corner. A very slow walk there to get to the corner there. Ball with Bangladesh, goes for the long shot. Do they still have time here? Maldives. Going for the long ball. Just aimlessly putting it, hoping someone might get at the end of the ball. But ball falls to Bangladesh, goes out. It's a throw. Bangladesh just hanging here. Referee checking his watch. Almost the last long ball of the match. Goes in, but goes straight to Anishur Rahman. And is that the last chance Maldives have? Another Bangladesh player on the ground. Anishur Rahman rolls the ball. Bangladesh again trying to go on the counter. I think he might go for the long shot here. That's almost the end of the match, and that is the half-time. Bangladesh winning this encounter 2-1 completely surprising everyone because Maldives looked like the team who might win this match. But Bangladesh 2, Maldives 1, almost an upset here because Maldives, the higher ranked team, and also Bangladesh going to the top of the table here in Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy 2021. And it's been a great match for Bangladesh. Even though they didn't look very, I'd say, proactive, and also they weren't in the bestest of their form, but still they managed to win this game. It's 2-1 Bangladesh, and they go to the top of the table. And we also have another game coming up in the later kickoff. It's Sri Lanka taking on the Seychelles, and join live us for that game as well. So Bangladesh, yeah, Buyan and Burman scoring 2 goals. Of course, that late penalty hurting Maldives. Buyan also got a yellow card. Isam got the goal for Maldives, and Naji a yellow card. But Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy's first win coming to Bangladesh against Maldives. Maldives now almost a must-win game for the other coming game against Seychelles. You can see ball possession, Maldives really dominating it. Shots, Bangladesh, Maldives almost equal. But even though, as we saw, Maldives looked like the team who had more possession and also looked like the team who might win this game, but Bangladesh, the all-important stat there, goals, Bangladesh 2, Maldives 1, and at the end of the game, it's Maldives who is leading this tournament.
Mr. Wickramasinghe will be accompanied by the President of Football Sri Lanka, Mr. Jasper Umar. Ladies and gentlemen, the most valuable player of the match award goes to player number 4 of Bangladesh, Topu Barman.
First of all, I want to say our Bangladeshi supporter, thank you for our supporting us. Yeah, we know our very important match for us, the Maldives. We beat them after 18 years. So I just want to say, my teammate, they're playing very good game and try. They're doing very hard work. Yes, we did it. We are very happy. Yeah, we playing against first match Seychelles. That time it was difficult pitch. Now it will be okay. We playing against Maldives. Pitch was good, and we play our coaching instruction. We try to build up confidence. First minute to last minute. I just saying we are happy. Thank you, supporting us.
The interesting match, the first match between Bangladesh and Maldives. We would kindly request.
Welcome back for the post-match presentation once again. It's the end of the match of the day against Bangladesh and Maldives of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy 2021. Let's talk about the match. What a comeback from Bangladesh.
Absolutely. Yet another late drama.
Yeah.
As we've seen on match day 1, both games had very late drama, and yet again Bangladesh late penalty, and they snatched the first win of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy.
And Bangladesh tops the table from this win by playing 2 matches, first match tied, and now winning this encounter against Maldives. And this is going to be an outstanding encounter because Bangladesh, from the beginning of this match, gave an outstanding fight. They are fighting to make goals, and many of the chances was missed by, unluckily, by the players. So that's just a minus point for the players. Am I correct?
Absolutely, because in this game as well, we saw many chances for both teams. Maldives especially will be ruining their missed chances because of the late penalty drama. But Bangladesh also, despite them getting, you have to say they got a little lucky with the late penalty because they had a few chances before that which they missed. So in the end, it worked out for them. They got the penalty and they get the
And
first
now
win.
we can see some highlights. This is the very first chance where Bangladesh making the scoreboard by making the very first goal.
And it was their skipper Jamal Bhuyan. It took a little bit of drama, as you saw, because in the end it was given as a goal before the 33rd minute equalizer by Maldives. That was far too easy for them. The Bangladesh defense just split
And
wide
that's the
open.
chance for Maldives once again. So they took the lead, and here's the last chance, and that makes the overall scoreboard change, and Bangladesh make their second goal and make the path to victory.
And it was that man, Topu Barman, who is, by the way, even though he's a defender, he's now the leading goal scorer in the current squad for Bangladesh.
Yes, this is a golden era of Sri Lankan football. The international football is back again for Sri Lanka. So we are having another encounter tonight, Sri Lanka against Seychelles. Sri Lanka, the Lions are back to the ground. So in this encounter, Bangladesh versus Maldives, this was a magnificent game, because Maldives, we should talk about Maldives. They were fighting to the last moment. Even in the last moment, they had a nice chance to make a goal, but unfortunately, they missed it.
And that was basically the story of the game. Missed chances that came back to bite them, because when you miss chances like that, it's going to cost you. It came chance and chance again, and in the end, it didn't work out.
We should say, Rahul, because that game was open for the both teams as well. So let's talk about the tonight encounter. Sri Lanka against Seychelles. Seychelles back to the ground after several years, and Lions are back again with a magnificent mindset. So we as Sri Lankans, we as the Lions are hoping that Sri Lankan football team will win this encounter. So we believe our Lions as well.
Absolutely, a very exciting game, because a historic comeback by the Golden Army, 4 goals, and they will be riding that momentum coming into the match against dark horse Seychelles. As you said, we haven't seen them play much before, so the Sri Lankans won't know too much about them. They would have done their research, but we won't know until they step onto the field what's going to happen.
Yes, our prediction is that Sri Lanka will win the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy 2021. But what's your prediction? There are 4 nations, Bangladesh, Maldives and Seychelles and Sri Lanka playing this tournament. So meanwhile, Bangladesh has topped the table by winning this encounter against Maldives, and in tonight there's another match against Seychelles and Sri Lanka, and this will decide the top 2 teams in the table of the point table, because this is going to a league method. Every team should play the match against the opposition team.
Absolutely. So the result from tonight's match, as well as what happened today, will be a deciding factor going into the final game week, because all the teams will be needing to have as much points as possible in the final game week.
Yes, as the President Jaswar Umar said, his aim is to build a nation of football with a football culture, and this is the beginning, because after several years, international football is back for Sri Lanka, we should say again. And if you love football, if you are a high fan of Sri Lankan football team, you have the opportunity, come on Racecourse ground to see the match, because if you are fully vaccinated, you definitely have the opportunity to watch the match.
And it was good to see Kavinder, because we saw, even though it was Maldives playing Bangladesh, Sri Lanka not part of it, but we saw Sri Lankan fans flocking in to watch the game.
Yes, even Maldives, there were some fans as well, and dancing, the proper music was there. So tonight will be an outstanding encounter as cricket, as football. So all the people who love Sri Lanka will represent Sri Lanka as well. So we are hoping that Sri Lanka will win this encounter, because our prediction is to win and make this trophy remain in this nation, not to go overseas.
Absolutely, but we can't rule out Seychelles at the same time. We never know, but we've seen stranger things happen, but it will be an exciting encounter, that's for sure.
Yes, not only for us, the people who are watching this encounter has many predictions as well. So we should talk about these encounters and all those series. There's another round as well, right?
Absolutely. So that will be the interesting, because like you said, Bangladesh now take the lead going to tonight's game, and if Sri Lanka or Seychelles can snatch a victory going into the final game, that will put pressure on the other 2 teams, because they need a sure win to try and come to the top 2. So it's very important that either Seychelles or Sri Lanka get a win for their team to go forward in the tournament.
That's our message as well. So today's match, Bangladesh against Maldives, from the beginning, Bangladesh made a turning point to take the match. Am I correct?
It was a very even match until the end, because up to in the start, it was Bangladesh who scored the first goal, and Maldives seemed to be caught on the back foot, but then Maldives started growing back into it, and they ended the first half as the dominant team, and even in the second half, they did be more dominant than Bangladesh, but towards the end, Bangladesh started growing back. They made some good substitutions, brought energy back into the team, And then both teams were very even towards the end, but Bangladesh got the penalty, and Indian Topu Barman making absolutely no mistake and putting Bangladesh with the win.
Bangladesh scoreboards leads that encounter as well. So even Maldives, they was also fighting to make goals. They was fighting to the last moment to make the victory for their nation. But unfortunately, they had many opportunities. They had many chances. They misses that. But if they had used those things, if they are not using on drama, they would have won this match.
They had chances. They need to be more clinical. It's what cost them in this game, and they need to improve that going into the final game against Seychelles. At least some of the coaches will definitely be staying back to watch Seychelles taking on Sri Lanka to take notes for their game in the final week against them. I'm sure of that.
So talking about the tonight encounter, Sri Lanka against Seychelles. Seychelles is back after several years, and you know, they tied the match at the last moment against Bangladesh because it was a very tough game, because Bangladesh was every time leading in the first moment, but at the last moment Seychelles grabbed the game for them and make that match a tie match. And in Sri Lanka is back again because Sri Lanka was having several matches in the last couple of months, so they have a good mindset. Even Seychelles have a good mindset. So today's encounter will have something, a big fight.
Absolutely, because both teams, as you said, coming off comebacks, but I think Sri Lanka will have a little more momentum with them,
Yes.
because coming off scoring 4 goals to make an incredible
last moment
comeback.
as well.
Exactly. The last kick of the game to score the 4th equalizer. It will give them more momentum, but Seychelles as well, as you said, scored the equalizer in the last minute. So it will be a very interesting clash, but it will be a good opportunity for Sri Lanka if they can keep riding that momentum that they got with the draw against Maldives to put a big challenge up and go on top of the table, because a win would put Sri Lanka on top.
I think you will agree with me, Rahul. Most of the drama in this overall tournament is going at the end.
Absolutely. It has been a competition of very late dramas indeed, and maybe we'll see that again with Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka,
Seychelles.
that's nice.
Have Sri Lankan fans.
We can say the 60 for 90 minutes because it's the turning point. It's a very class turning point of every matches. Even today's match, the last moment was the turning point. The previous match against Bangladesh and Seychelles, the last moment was the turning point. So even in the match against Sri Lanka and Maldives, it was also at the last moment. So we can't say what will happen tonight at tonight's match. So we will see some kind of new drama at the last moment.
It will be very exciting, that's for sure.
Right, okay, we are with the post-match discussions, and we were watching the highlights as well, where Bangladesh and Maldives were playing, so they had the opportunities of winning this match. So we should say once again, Rahul, this is a golden era for Sri Lanka football as well, because the president said that there are many steps taken to develop Sri Lanka football as well, because Sri Lanka football is having a golden era, because this is the very first time their 4 nations are back to Sri Lanka and making the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy 2021. So our prediction is Sri Lanka will win this trophy. We don't know what will happen.
I think Sri Lankan fans would love for that to happen, but the other 3 nations will definitely want to say something about that. Seychelles starting today will definitely have something to say about that, but Sri Lankan fans, and as you said, this is the golden era in football, and what better way to start that off with a big win here tonight. Sri Lanka's first international win in home soil for ages maybe.
Yes, let's see tonight what will happen. Let's meet in the match against Sri Lanka and Seychelles.